What is so exceptional about this goat? Your friend Abronye. What is exceptional about him? For people to think, say, Aponchi we yachine the nashim because of nyomebia or yeah, we should scream and the whole country should come down. What is so exceptional about him? Their minority leader wabo police ni asum or bo police ni punch. Oh, ni pema or she police atadi. Misdemeanor no. Embracho under misdemeanor. You bet to me akase ko jail. You bet to me akase ko community service. You bet to me so do what to fiase. You bet to me dem interfro Abronye. You bet to me jailino. All right, now let's take care of business. Because my traso better than same bebre. Now, bibi the AC or town ni. You see a year ya chikuku. Edio. Yes, Abronye, NPP Bono Regional Chairman, Abronye DC remanded into police custody for 1 week, set to appear on September 19th. Yachi Abronye, Abain Saka Abronye, Ghana ne yeti hamusano, Embrabo or mine ho buying. Unless you are foolish, unless you are stupid. Unless you don't understand the say ekrobia emrabo ho ban de obeye bia no ye wo mra ebo ekro ho ban. It does not matter who you are. Oye MPP ni o, oye NDC ni o, ye wo emra ebo oman bia ho ban, and Ghana is not an exception. Inti Ghana na yete no ye wo mra o Ghana kronim. It does not matter which government is in power, but the laws are clear and explicit. When it comes to Ubum Rana, there was say Ufesi. I've heard a lot of people write so many things on Facebook, especially that I want to be lawyers in Ghana. There are so many people in Ghana practicing law. And Komu Abruchira and Komunya one client to cry. There's a lot of them in Ghana. They say there are so many people in Ghana today calling themselves lawyers. So they wouldn't get one client to even take them to court and say, I am defending you. So their views don't matter. And those are the people who are loud. They shout a lot. They make noise a lot because they need that attention. Because moi moko abruchire koye law no. Most motina UK, most motina US, most motina abruchire law no. Sanka mu wie law no wo ho no. Sanka mu benya client anka motina ho because uko school we are edwuma na o ye no person onye musika anameboa. But because they know that omo ntuma abrochire nya de ombenya client back up, that's not where I'm going. Omo client back no, they have come to Ghana and they are making a lot of noise. So it does not matter the noise you make. It does not matter how you feel. You need to understand, say, a corona with him, no, there are laws. The application of the law, sometimes the person who is in charge decides how the law should be applied. And that is where some of the so-called lawyers in Ghana, they don't get, especially when it comes to judges. And the discretion of the judge. As much as the judge needs to work within the confines of some particular laws, the judge also has discretion. And sometimes you do be quarter. Judge Tumika say, fine, you Embrane Chess or see a mouth bail. But my discretion and internet being opportunity to sit here. The opportunity now and a discretion count. But me shed the air cost na when you went to me mouth bail no. And at that point you cannot fault the judge. I was in America and a judge be etna in court. And I can say how he feels about a comment I made. He was going to put a judgment together to prove to Ghana for you and say or discretion to take a decision be our person taking. Now, it is up to Nipana judge not yakunyum no and make a sad decision. It's up to Nipana or your defendant and the lawyer to prove to the judge say, even though you are in charge of this case and you have your discretion, no, I can still prove to you, say, your discretion, no, it should be limited at this point, and that you should look at this, that, and grant my client what he is praying. And I say, what he is basically asking of you. And we should not let it sound to say when Akwesi Amoako gets bail, it is automatic that Kwame Amponsa will get bail. It does not work like that. And that is what the misinformation and disinformation some people working in Ghana across the breadth of this nation creating in the heads of some people. And it's na yetumi fa judges for 7 etna asam so e Supreme Court. Omo nyina tumi tie asam no the same day, the same time, the same presentation. But when they are writing their judgment, they come from different point of views. It means judges are not equal. They look at the issues and at the end of the day at their discretion. Inti enya obia na yede ne koya judge, enya obia na tina case so. So if you're a lawyer and you know all these things and you understand, say my client can have all the excuses and defense, but at the end of the day, if I'm not able as a lawyer to prove my case, or prove with the law to show the lawyer say my client needs to go home, you don't deserve that. Abronye's lawyer is talking so much. He's making so much noise outside the court. 99.9% of the people standing outside the court who are misbehaving and talking don't even know what happened in that courtroom. When people enter court and they write after court, transcript in the Bible, do not look at the transcript and make your judgment. Sometimes the demeanor, body language, and how counsels or lawyers of people they are defending act can even at the end of the day affect a client. So not just reading a transcript of what happened inside the courtroom. And the Betuma actually will say the outcome from the court, at the end of the day, it was this way or it was that way. We have a big gap. The so-called group, law, they are deceiving a lot of Ghanaians. They are making it look like, say Obi Rakota, na Ghana brand Kasia, I was saying the with the Ghana brand protecting them. It does not work like that. And it's up to these people, these so-called law, no, we have been to law school. It is up to them to prove or educate Ghana for ordinary people on the streets. Because we are talking about misdemeanor. Our Abronye case, how many of the cows and goats and the sheep and those idiots standing outside the court how many of them understand misdemeanor, felony? And I was very happy when Inkoto touched on misdemeanor, the meaning of misdemeanor. Sibia Eko, baby Ekodu, a changey a felony. The people standing outside making the noise say, upon chiwe, yachina tum, yadena foka, yadena kotohano. The question is, are we the so-called legal brains in Ghana? Mo amoko tena bruche. Say akosia lo amultima tena bruche one practice no. Moba Ghana na moya madwin se munim Ghana mre nyina no. You need to take time and educate. Ghana for no be. Because majority of you people sitting on social media writing and making it look like you are smarter than any lawyer in Ghana. See, the Abronye we mamu somun kojina quarter, you cannot defend him. You can't. You guys can be paid all the money in the world. 99% of you, the social media lawyers, those who went to school outside Ghana and said, yeah, law, yeah, Bible practice or Ghana, no, you cannot defend Abronye for Abronye to work as a free man. You can't. So it is sometimes you push you slow down a little bit. Calling yourself a lawyer or telling people you have been to law school does not make you more intelligent than anyone. The laws are there. And as much as we have good lawyers in the system, there are equally good judges in the system. When I had an issue with the court, at the end of the day, I had to appear before the court to make my case, to convince the judges that what your colleague basically is asking for, it does not make sense. the Supreme Court judges sitting there, they know the law. They have read the law. They listen to my lawyer. So it's all boils down to the person leading Abronye in the courtroom. Is he able to make his case? But then if you sit on social media as a Facebook lawyer who cannot practice in Europe, who cannot practice in America, who basically goes to take a certificate and come to Ghana and try to flex your muscle and make it look like you know everything about law, then without due respect, most uncle for jail or Ghana. Because the way people in Asia, America, Europe, they see a year court, you people are making Ghanaians think, say, walking into a courtroom, automatically you have to go home. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And it's about time you, the Facebook lawyers, now more Ghana now, you could not practice in Europe and America because your level of intelligence, and drew that level to convince a judge or to even convince a client that you can win a case for them. It's about time you people mellowed yourself and understand the say. We have a country where Emra Eye Juma won kronim. So when I'm Ghana, now him say, and ukodi bonibi na untumi fa lawyer. You are not supposed to get yourself involved in that boneno. And you have to also know, say, so was sikari kona for lawyer, also making sure say, ube to me echa what ube to matete wana ana emrano entchuma. These are things most of my law, my law school, my lawyer. These are the things you tell the people. But you see, the emotions that I want to be known, that I'm trying to let people know I've learned law. Law is nothing. Without due respect. Aya Ghana, ena yemubi. Yama obi a call law school, an exceptional thing. Being a lawyer is nothing. It's the same as being like a teacher. It's the same as being like a doctor. It has nothing unique about it. Until you are able to prove yourself in court to show to your client that what you went to school to learn, you are basically making use of it and protecting that your client. You are as useless as anything in the toilet because your job as a lawyer is to defend and make sure your client does not end up in jail. If you are not able to do that, then you need to understand that you have a lot of deficiencies. There are so many people sitting on social media speaking law and talking law and writing law. They have not even won a case in court before. They themselves, they are defending themselves in court. They are not even able to get out of it easily. So why should we get up and listen to such people and make it look like Obiti Facebook can law, pretending to be a lawyer or acting as if I've been to UK to learn law. So Ghana Mrano, I know everything. So when somebody commits a crime, misdemeanor, felony, whatever, and enters our court, automatically, I was sending pano ekofie. That's all work like that. That is the self-entitlement thing that some of you have. And in your law now, Makosiano, you are not going anywhere. You are still doing banchere. Now, this goat, your friend Abronye, he has committed a crime. And he had not go court. And a court to say, Yemfanin ko trim. Now the prosecutor, a Ghana CID officer, almost Ghana Police Service, asino. Prosecutor didn't make any case, extra judge, So we are investigating. Maybe this person, ye jani maniko fear, the way I otieno, obetima kofanko phobia koku witnesses are investigate to help in our investigations. It could be an electronic investigation or an online investigation, but you have to understand that time and akwa with TV so show no na nipa bitin nim ena ebi busa the questions and there were people who were producing it. So it is not just Abronye sitting in front of a video camera. It is Abronye production now all year. There are so many people involved. Ebi Abronye in his statement, he said he solicited information from somebody. Ebi or not say asama mekan no so maybe the police are even investigating to get hold of the person that Abronye has mentioned. Say when the cancer so when the police comes to court and tells the judge, say we are still investigating and we don't want the investigation to be tainted. This guy who is a suspect is somebody we cannot trust that someone bail or interfere in the investigations. The police, they are making their case. The prosecutor is making his case. So it is left with Abronye's lawyer to prove to that judge sitting there, say, Mr. Judge, it does not matter what you think or where or how you feel. This is what I believe should allow my client to go home. As simple as that. This is not about somebody screaming, somebody. No, it's about the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. Into police, no prosecutor can say we are still investigating, and that we believe that this guy still should be held in cells for our investigations not to be tainted. The police might have told the judge, say, maybe after we read Abronye's statement, we saw some loopholes that will help us get the people who helped him commit this crime, whether misdemeanor or felony. The police, they need to get to the bottom of this. It is the police are making the case. It's upon Abronye's lawyers to prove to the judge. How the judge feels does not matter. But this is the case where Jimmy Fowe Dibone. So, because Oye MPP Bono regional chairman inti Saponchiwe Dibone, we should not put him in the Black Maria and bring him into Abronye Yebano. Nanke afa ponko dinesi so mo MPP for mo Jimmy ana. The Ghana Police Service, they have all the right to choose the kind of transportation they want to use when they sit and do their analysis investigations, because their job is to protect every single person in their custody. Into the Ghana Police Service, it does not matter. You could be somebody who committee a felony. If their security or their intelligence tells them, say, the attention now the Ghana Police Service can do that and protect that person. The Ghana Police Service can decide and put that person in a Black Maria. Or the Ghana Police Service can decide and put that person in a Highlands. The Ghana Police Service, you don't decide how they transport somebody, a suspect, to the court. It is how you're a lawmaker and also a politician, and now you're a lawyer, and your problem is how the person was transported safely to court. Then you are not being honest to yourself. You are being disingenuous. You are basically fooling some group of people following you. The substantive thing that you have to be talking about is, why couldn't Abronye's lawyer make sure he made a case inside courtroom in front of a judge to take him back home? That is what we are talking about. So, come in there one channel there, actually with Jimmy, and I will be there, and I make us say, what is so exceptional about this goat? I have Abronye. What is exceptional about him? What is exceptional about Abronye for people to think, say, because of we should scream and the whole country should come down? What is so exceptional about him? Because or your MPP Bono regional chairman. Then your MPP for Jimmy no way regional chairman. And can why the way regional chairman. Say your MPP for Jimmy. And they will still sit there after 8 years. Still keep this guy as a regional chairman. A party buying the work Ghana. This Jimmy way by a regional chairman. Because what then the work we obi aka say I want to be part of the NPP. Kasa ben free akwa weduma ba ebema obi are interested to join the NPP. These are things you need to ask. There's nothing about this fool that is going to entice anybody to say this guy is an example that when I join this party, he's an inspiration. Bia metumde di party where you Jimmy for. And you see the funny thing is, Sa Jimmy where you no. This is not the first time. Why a sad way? It's been consistent. But you see, my problem with my own MPP for Jimmy say, they are quick to hail foolish people. That is why the party has been destroyed. They are so quick to hail foolish people. Nobody in the NDC will do what Abronye did. Nobody. You dare not. Even a mere party communicator cannot set up a Facebook Live and use those words Abronye used. somebody who is known as an NDC person under Fifi Kwete, under John Mahama, under Asielu Nketia, under the NDC. Nobody can do. Even a regional chairman called Makosro. I'm talking about a mere communicator. So there is a problem with the NPP as a political party. Its leadership, no, omwe Jimmy. And that is what they are missing. And it's me as a member of the NPP, the intelligence side of NPP, no, make a chance say party ni penny for Jimmy. The leadership are fooling the sheep. The foolish masses are just following these people because they don't even understand what is going on. Akwawe man here obeko jail 4 years. Akwawe. Someone here ya obeko jail. Obeko ko dem. Yeah. It does not change anything. No. Some party in penny for Nyansa. This is the time they have to call the party leadership and tell everybody to be very, very careful and decorum in their statements. But what do we see? The party leadership, like fools, are leading a charge. Yati Jimini ba kwatum. Na adentina NPP regional chairman for na yenchi omuntu fiasi. Abronye. Have you people asked yourself that question? But you see, they are lowering the standards. They are making this to look like a normal thing. Persecution. NDC impay asem. Your friend is saying IGP impay asem. They are fooling the base. And there you say, Omomudi party, they are the ones who are going to suffer. Because the leadership is not being honest with them. Leadership, no, Jimmy. MPP Nibi Onimian Sebia will never go to that court to say, I'm going to support Abronye. Why? And these people ni Onimian sa. Or Pesa Party way, ye rebrand it, na represent it. Mwanga samu MPP na moka se yetina himfina. MPP Nibia Onimiansa will not leave their home to go see, say, may require support to Abronye. What are you supporting him on? Then I was supporting. Adem Bono Hono, Nipaniwana, Mubedi regional chairman or party him. It shows it's a party mwe Jimmy. Moya mole papa. Now, Shadibi. Abronye on hunger strike. Lawyer say Abronye say on didi. I don't want to mushe soap opera too much. Some wanga some time na samere eko visiti kunkumbajia ewo India. Chese enkwasi mwanga sa no concert ya mo de. Yese Abronye say on didi. Ah. Ni aduane kura enso ye. Ye na kura ye ndi. Na monfo Abronye nkotu nsanwe mu amode de GI police headquarters. Monfo nkotu nsanwe mu 1 week. Nontina ho. Yesi Abronye se ondidi. Na me ondidi am ye ko efam ho. Upon just on we banje hono. What is my problem with that? Abronye se ondidi. What's the big deal? Because obian deny eduane. We Abronye nankasa ne well. Yama oduane osimindi. It means ne well ono anakumem no se ondi. Inti komedi na obebo punum. Comedy Abronye obebo punu se mumma me aduane ndi. It is Abronye every nipem na also ondi dia. What is the big deal here? Ono na se ondi enye se obi aso ne mene ena se Abronye aduane ye ma wundi osimi ndi. It is Abronye se ondi dia. Ya won kofo pe aduane di o. Mumo Jimmy o. Now Shadi be see outside the courtroom. I keep telling MPP for yeah there.
Mama,
Oh, can I because with your batem? We mukui fo. Amamutu mukran to me fu. Omo highest peak. Omo highest peak ni. And ye penti omo ni mabejina. Omo highest ni. Omo si so. This is the time omo so omo ho efe. Omo bankran. Mukui fo. Me humbo die fo. Omo ntiase. They don't understand what is going on. Party no Jimmy omo. They don't get it. Na mba we oni omo da ho ahomachi na ohiram gu so a hwoma no. Obeka se wedi obatam na oyiri nie onua ba nie. Na se sebio wote wona wo hwe no na wo na wo yemba nie a. Obebusa say mukui we me wo ne de ne ye den. Mumbusa omo best ni omo pick no omo du no. Because ye ladies of MPP. Okay, so guys, what do you about them? This is where the problem is. So because they feel say, yeah, Jimmy, they don't even understand. They don't get it. Puma ya Jack Chan we use Jack Chan Puma. Na ni parfum we to continue TikTok no kasam tantanta ya. Ahwenye kura hu omo na ahwenye dwane. We mo ahwenye ehu omo na ahwenye dwane. Now ya ahwenye abegu we ase. This is what I talk about. MPP omo Jimmy hwe hwade wo hwe. Listen.
Na abne atimfo nyina se omo ya saka wa boy. Wana ti ho. And your hunu than NDC youth organizer me boy. And now when you hunu NDC youth organizer where IGP. And the open be abayama na me boy. We live to see. Say na medical kai. Say the bodiano uncle no due to do. Say to dem go confuse that. From mama no win you what be Ghana. Who be call? 100 years in back. MPP as a political party. Yes, you have never. Omo my dini ni nara. Obunya dini. Sana nia ya di MPP. Why ya dia? Say MPP ba na ya see ya try bobra. Yedi. Ya pese obaba obaka. MPP ba. Munyadi meba no commander meba dia make youth organizer can say yeba power MPP youth organizer now on your police we will make sure obey police ni because you police for her or say police attack there wakata na nimba NDC youth organizer on your police ni you would don the money mama catch atim for say omu nyina omu ye sakawa police anti omu azoka ennam Ghana have free there they catch omu say yenye ni 2028 yeba power. Na seba power, the accuracy media for me dance for. Yen perceive do way better say in fact, you buy more than 100 times the end is for you. So Amupa, Amutia in Ankogum, because when we come back to power, we will do the same thing to them. You bet you be in fact, you better make sure the Ghana no, you bet you say Yansuya to me. You better deploy 8 years, Yanchobia, Yanya Bonibia, Yanya the Bonibia, and as a son on Baya. Na Ghana police is so any a professional. No by yet mama and this for. We are there, you are waiting for them 2028. Inshallah. You buy more than 200 times.
This is where the problem is. You buy mu ya anya boni bia ya nchi obia mi ken sebi o eteni o yana mama akobo fom Allahu akbar Nyankopon tie ni mpaye hwe na basa emumba ejimi emumba emejimi ende bia meka entafo ni bi no mo MPP mu no omo ejimi to the point they said they want to prove themselves. When we say Abronye ye chi ni ko gina court, when we say gabi o chida akwa ba o. And so say bi o teni abo bi ejina o ka say o ka sa achimfo ye sakawafo. Me se when we say gabi o chida akwa no so ye achimni no. When we so abegina o say obeka say obi aka say tia achimfo. When we be di etu o ho no mo. When we jankroma say o gina ho bi. Omo ana omo ye integral member of Bawumiani Ekufuado Aban. When we say obi gina ho. No. We mu ne di omo ye nkwase adwuma. We mu. Ade beche ne ache na kwase we ni momobo. Adan we kise ko hwe fie ohia ni ba. These are foolish people. Send them who young man be odi MPP cham say na we jimi ana. Can't you reason? See the argument they are making. Iti akwa osha ready ka say IGP we NDC for na say ochana pa ye to and suffering say bra. Ye pen and paper. Write and prove say IGP no ye NDC DNDN na we ntumi anya ne de ni kogina court. Tio. Sa Ghana ni bi krampo for tape we. No ka say I'm a citizen of the Republic of Ghana. We make a statement say IGP aye we. Me pese obe prove if you say me pese me make sure say IGP na or share security so Ghana no or yes or nye NDC ni na so obi de wo court say asema be make ye no bra court be chirema wo betumi omwe jimi makacham say they still don't believe they are in opposition. Oh. That is the problem with these people, the sense of entitlement. Jimino, they just don't get it. Ya nye obia boni bia ya ba power ya nye bibia. So in their head, you know, obia di bonin dene ye china. Sani pano is against and answer or ye enemy of the state. That is the problem with them. That is the problem with these people. That is the problem with these people. Where here for they lack education. The party does not tell them the truth. And ye kumbi and ye chibi gum jimi. And so when you sit in you sit back and you watch. Now we see argument meki. And the argument in say when you give them the platform to speak how they can rebrand the party, Kelvin Taylor. Tell us what the NPP represents, Kelvin Taylor. So Abronye DC asema okaya no say okoyi no court but Kelvin Taylor. So you can see clearly that I control the party. Jimmy, they don't have focus. They don't know what they are doing. Ushia penyini. Some person who say MPP for me more. They rally around one statement. So because be an say, and Kelvin Taylor, yes, so did you two for them. Na so two for the lawyer ne kufuado. So me di otum for them or two for unimumra cheme. I don't know two for me. So me this sofu bi atem wo Ghana. I know says asofu bebre were lawyers. Why haven't they taken me to court? Se be di obi atem wo Ghana, se bi o se me di otum for atema. Otum for nya di paketo onya kwara. Otum for has his personal lawyer. In fact, at a point, Ekufuado was his lawyer, meaning Otumfo Kwebia, Ekufuado law firm na ono. For you know, he still has lawyers. Why hasn't Otumfo said our evidence is sooner? Why hasn't he gone to court? Software anandi patiti wa Ghana na adwene en se makasetiano. Na emra e Ghana chese makasetiano no e wo se emra twema so no. Why haven't they gone to court? Sankofo no hwem wo TV so mo hu se mo agimi. The NPP et say enkran ne a wo de ewo asofom. They don't ask say a war we poison one up. They all told the same, like they are so stupid. So stupid. For almost a year, they have exhausted, they are almost exhausting a whole year without making any reasonable statement. Why are Ghana DB MPP? Na MPP nyakono. Now just go Ghana and say Kelvin Taylor did penina tema. Ebema Ghana naka say intiyefa MPP mrana. And that's the question. Inti Kelvin Taylor did penina bi atem. And in your head, you know, Kelvin Taylor did two for them. Inti yemfa MPP mrana. Makacha senkofu omwe Jimmy. And Jimmy no, enye Jimmy eye just a normal Jimmy o. Eye reincarnated Jimmy. So bi we MPP no owa na o start e de sa MPP ne sha akora Jimmy etrima na akora na Jimmy. Eye reincarnated Jimmy. Eye heredity almost inherited Jimmy no. It is a steady MPP for the way penny for no the same way na nkwara dwen into youth organizer or dwen the same way to say salakao so it is basically it ripples from the top. It one argument your pet reason your pet the way they react to things your pet. So it is not a political party, it's a cluster of foolish animals coming together and thinking some way party. That is my issue with them. Me as a member of the NPP, you know, I can tell you on authority, your members, 90% they are not reasonable. As a member of the NPP with a card and I've paid my dues, make to my catch or say your members 90% they can't reason. And We sit here and they make it look so yeah. You see Abronye Akoifa. Police Abronye. Ubusa in something I say it's all about misdemeanor. Now, the minority leader, Afro Markin, Echo Parliament, right? And Echo police station, a court war. Muntiena no asem, Afro Markin. This is the same guy who slapped a police officer. For somebody to sit even on TV to say, Aden Yeja Kelvin Taylor and Namba Onim sa Afro Markin abo police ni assume. Or a leader of their members of parliament who make laws in parliament. Now, Onimu ni team say Afro Markin abo police ni assume, and none of them have ever made reference to that state. So we say MPP omo ye muama. Yeah, their minority leader wabo police ni assume or bo police ni punch. Oh, ni pema oshe police atadie. Now, mumiente Afro Markin okọ court.
The police invited him on Monday, the 8th of September. He responded to the invitation by the police, went with his lawyers, submitted himself to interrogations. Within an hour of interrogations, he was whisked into NIB custody. The question is, why would the police investigating a matter and has its own police cells decide to send a citizen who is being investigated on a matter which is a misdemeanor into NIB custody? It must be stated that our checks at the NIB confirms that the NIB is not interrogating Abronye, neither are they investigating him. According to the NIB, they are only recipients of the man Abronye. In other words, the police sent him there that they should keep him. That is why they received him. But they are not the ones who are investigating. So the question is, why would Ghana Police Service claim to be investigating a person and rather decide to send him to NIB cells? Is it to punish him or what? Then they kept him the whole of Monday night, and Tuesday morning, being the 9th, he was brought to court. When they brought him to court, the police insisted that they still needed him for further investigation. Therefore, they want him to be remanded into lawful custody. Of course, the judge upheld the application and remanded Abronye to be brought to court today. Now, the sad part of it is that when he left court, the police handcuffed him. The police invited him.
So, this guy is a lawyer. He's a lawmaker. He's a lawmaker who punched a police officer in uniform, slapped a police officer in uniform. After marking. Now, they know all kind of. I'm very sure 99% of the MPP fools, they don't even understand. He's misleading them. He's lying to them. Wakwako top brony suit. Chape. Ena kakawura ye di trim. Ena bofruit na nabi dinechi. Ena nkwasi afoma ehiafoma na eboje so. Wa dress chape. Ena onam nipanim. Adan ya we na odi a party nim MPP fu ejimi. Na asem oka nyina ne se ai ontiasie se Abronye police ato omo nsa afre no Abronye ebeka na no asem wie no na police forecast said abi one sem na waka no any evidence there no we need to still do investigations into ya ma wonko na police eka say and the NIB which is another branch of our security. NIB is not for foreigners. The NIB is another branch of Ghana security. The Ghana security system, NIB, Yoko, police, they work hand in hand. They are intertwined. And the police say, you know something? The NIB, we believe said now to protect Abronye, we want the NIB to keep Abronye. The police did not say NIB should beat Abronye. And to date, Abronye lawyer, Emba Bontebeka said, Obia assaulted Abronye in the cells of NIB. And as Abronye's rights, it has been abused in any form or NIB. Maybe. Police if one kasa intelligence nature almost say. So the Abronye echo makes the ebia the cells population or hona ebia because of his political background. Somebody might even help hurt Abronye in cells. This guy is a politician. He has said a lot of things against so many people. You never know. Ebia Duncan Williams, Duncan Williams in Nimuno, our cells war because of his summer or kafa Duncan Williams. Ebia nipa no kwa nipa bebusa sana me wofa. Ena wudi na tem no. Ebe keke badasha kobu Abronye kum. And I say, ebia nipa bia Abronye kan asem. Ne ho abusu ni bi so da cells. Ema eda nipa ni trim. Itebia yadini ura cells wa na anadwofa no nipa na fa ni trim po akoku Abronye. The police Ankasa Tinasia would say they need to protect Abronye. It is a police na Abronye free. And yet CID and I say police headquarters at number NIB for safekeeping. The police is rather protecting the criminal. But you see, a lawmaker who is foolish, a lawmaker who is doing politics, a lawmaker who knows the party base is stupid and cannot read, write, and understand. So he plays with their emotions. Because when you say Jimmy, they will fall for this. Now, also making argument, say, on TSS say, Abronye, because asabe ya tono sono misdemeanor keke. Adentina yadi Abronye every police station courtroom no na yadi handcuffs egunensa. Inti anunti on TSS. MPP na omuni minority no Jimmy. On the biggest problem, his biggest problem as a lawmaker, his concern should be how can a member of my party, who is a regional chairman, make such statements to land in court, to land in jail? He does not even care about that. He cares about the public. He cares about the picture being put out there. Say, party ni penyini awe Jimmy aban edede famra kwanswa. His only problem is that adentina Ghana for who say handcuffs egu Abronye kwasi ampenyi we nsa. That is afenyo marking. They be the MPP for ne or the omo ye omu so mo Jimmy enintina imrebi yachi obi call Yoko office na wa shoe red soul no akotena form ho no abobo ne nsa also be bloggers mra. This guy, he's a content creator. O Jimmy. He knows the party he's leading in parliament. Jimmy. And every time he takes advantage of the ignorance of the NPP and creates his own content to better his CV. But you see, on Afenyo Marking CV, the first statement on his CV is say he's a lawmaker, he's the first lawmaker in Ghana, he's a lawyer, he who attacked a police officer in uniform. We will come to that matter because the CID boss said, your feelings are children, and we will question him at the right time. Afenyo Marking cannot run away from his action against the Ghana police. But the most important thing here is Abronye call court no e na court catch Abronye. Afenyo Marking ekasa in front of the piglets. MPP for no. Or can same way misdemeanor, right? Now let's look into misdemeanor. Misdemeanor no any day. Misdemeanor is a type of criminal offense. And I thank you very much, Inkoto, for doing this earlier on. And at metwaso, misdemeanor is a type of criminal offense that's considered less serious than a felony, but more serious than an infraction like a traffic ticket. Misdemeanor, it's a type of criminal offense. Abronye is a suspected criminal. It is a court the misdemeanor so na yeshuma. He is under criminal investigations. So the word misdemeanor kekenen say crime na every hole. You say misdemeanor. Bibia a friend a felony, a such a misdemeanor. But your bibia your friend infraction. Some misdemeanor no ne born ne such infraction. Inti yama ticket e wo kwan ho. Police ginao no ka se we twa red light mu wa ma ticket ko tua wo quarter. Misdemeanor sa bone na no e din chen sa bone no. And it's a type of criminal offense. It's a type of criminal offense. It misdemeanor a criminal offense. So let's not have Fenyomakin stand there in his cartoon suit and say misdemeanor. No. Misdemeanor do it to jail. MPP for bebrene Jimmy. Anything I'm better ha. I am Mesre. Because you are the most easiest group of piglets I can deal with. I'm a member of the NPP, but I am the wise one. That is why I am not part of the piglets. It is a okay echo from my legal definition. In most jurisdictions, a misdemeanor is a minor wrongdoing or a non-indictable offense. It's typically punished by 1. A fine, community service, probation, or jail time of less than 1 year, usually served in a local or country facility. Misdemeanor no. So, embracho under misdemeanor, you bet me a fine no. You bet me a probation. You bet me aka say ko jail. You bet me aka say ko community service. You bet me should what to a fiase for close to a year. You bet me dem for close to 1 year. In Abronye, you bet me jail in 1 year pepe and 11 months, 20 days. Don't sit there and make this thing look like say ya chi Abronye into the misdemeanor. But you know where Jimmy. And that is what Abronye is facing. So at the end of the investigations, any court processes, say court be fine. This say Abronye is guilty of misdemeanor. Judge in bet market in fear bako. Yes. So don't let the MPP perform do any no and Emma engine se bibia nsi omo Jimmy mo MPP for mo Jimmy mo kenkan my say 9 ye ka semba kutu butimu a na mu die kire me mumu bebre mu be ko jail because mo Jimmy mo nya abotre ekuro na mutim no mo mbusa nsem em ye nkire bone ewom ene bone anim mo Jimmy ani jana mo asem ye me mobo me hwe MPP ni na okasa me so we ye Jimmy we ye Jimmy for we is just a waste of sperm we obey them because you people don't even know what you are talking about. In terms of from the beginning, you see, misdemeanor is a type of criminal offense that's considered less serious than a felony. Mamencho adibi. Mamencho adikudientia baby Abronye jinan a tricky. Yeah. After your marking or dadamo, onusemu MPP for chimi. Now, example of misdemeanor, petty theft. So be supermarket. And I say obi wia nyoman ketenkete your friend misdemeanor. Disorderly conduct. On say you charge Abronye disorderly conduct. Mokai. Abronye police chill no charge ni be the board no disorderly conduct. A womb and also fall under misdemeanor. Simple assault. After your marking assaulting a police officer is a misdemeanor. He can go to jail. Public intoxication. Now the yenyo may be a fata. Utmi dem. It falls under misdemeanor. Trespassing, obi se me fie ni menfo wo no mentwem na wakofo obi wo wewura ni fie. Trespassing, obi ajapade obi aka say ya kasa aha mentwem wa ha na wakotwem, it falls under misdemeanor. Or trespass it. It could be physical, it could be even verbal. It falls under trespassing. Ubetumi akodem misdemeanor. Mo MPP for mo jimi o. Bebre mu bedem in this 42 years here be. Mu bedem ache. Then we have something called first time shoplifting. So biko ura a supermarket. Na okotam bibi sha ne draw sum ne eche no na the first time it's called misdemeanor. Ubetumi yebetumi ede watum. Afenya makinim say MPP for Jimmy is playing with them. Moye mwa. And I'll call police court wo share no omo no mo ho nyina hwana supporters. Omo nyina na Kennedy Japan supporters. Baumia supporters. Omo ba ho as party executives. Omo nyina Baumia supporters. Omo nyina Baumia supporters. Baumia mo na mo busika se omo fa bas nko ho. Na omo nko support it. Because Abronye did Kennedy Japan atem. Now oba sewa, even though misdemeanor are less severe than felonies, they can still, you see, even though misdemeanor no, sa bone no, emunye do to say felony no, bibi betume si. Say one, appear on your criminal record. Abronye, see yino, okodem 1 year, anase yino, no community service, and the court out at the atono no. Abeka ne criminal record. Sa ankwasi aforo mka so meku John Mahama, o meku ne yire. Sa abiu lady no, she's a criminal on her record. Now tie de obehu. Appears on your criminal record, affects employment, travel visas, or professional licensing. You see misdemeanor no. E betumi affect say okwaji visa ko e betumi affect. You better say because of misdemeanor no, because it's a criminal offense no. Ebia visa bia obe apply for krana one sanka sa visa no. They can deny you. And it's like a police report bra. In China boys na you don't go to court misdemeanor. I'm just saying no. So ko akoye dwuma bi enya opportunity bia eno ye betime busa ko for police record bra. It's a misdemeanor there na we ye. O say oh, many a friend me fanti den because me ku president. They say okay. Into pe Germany akọ, ope America akọ, ope power to bini. Oba siawa. Or say be upgraded to felonies if repeated or if aggravating factors are present. Example, injury during a DUI. You see, misdemeanor no, e betumi upgrade akwa could do felony. Misdemeanor, it can upgrade. It's just misdemeanor. That misdemeanor no, in some instances, it may upgrade. It could do felony. When felony, kwasia sorry ado pa ohrometo. Kuma mama he ubedem. You people have no idea. Omu jimi mo. Omu chan otiete ohu Abronye yire ho. Ohu so obi abaji Mike se me na me Abronye busua panyin. Omu nyina tete. Omu ni say NPP ntwene impreko bi ba be jimi omu ho. Mo jimi, mo supporters of MPP. 90% of you mo jimi. You don't read, you don't understand. You are following the party like dogs. Tiadia ma mention felony. You know what felony is? Me be kira wadie bi Abronye. The reason why Krampo court eboa Abronye because a court Krampo a court Krampo no say omoma Abronye Krampo bia bail enra ana enda Abronye bia on Samra court na asem kwedu felony. You have no idea. Now, a felony is a serious criminal offense for more severe than a misdemeanor. Into felony no, and no, I know a danger misdemeanor, right? It's the kind of charge that can reshape someone's life with long-term legal and social consequences. Felony no, ya the to swa etumi brewa brabase. But remember, misdemeanor can upgrade to felony. Nyoma bi na obetuma ye ama o misdemeanor na akodru felony. Mo MPP for na mo di echire mo jimi mo nim de mo ye. Uchebi too much. Now the car kopem nya accident. Na ekopra ubia. Your friend be DUI, driving under the influence of alcohol. And no crana under misdemeanor no. It me upgrade kodru felony. Se sa accident no. Unyana ekunipa bienu miensa enaya. Yet me upgrade misdemeanor no felony. Inti just saying say Abronye the idea to say misdemeanor no. The reason why the court almost prevent Abronye from going to field to come back to court, no, they are protecting him from him upgrading his misdemeanor to felony. You know why? Mama Chow. Legal definition. Felony here cannot. Yeah? A felony is defined as a crime regarded in the US and many other judicial systems as more serious than a misdemeanor. Now, common examples of felony: murder, rape, armed robbery, kidnapping, arson, mail fraud, or embezzlement. Now, so we read misdemeanor. Now read felony. They work hand in hand. Into what can make Abronye's case as misdemeanor no, turn into a felony and say ende ye de Abronye ko court near money bail. Na Abronye sakot na Facebook. Na o make the same statement, something similar. Na ye search na ni case na ye misdemeanor na dan so no. Ye sa the record it upgrades to felony. Don't underestimate what you are seeing. After what you say, anytime you read misdemeanor and extra on say it can upgrade, even though misdemeanor or are less severe than felonies, they can still appear on your criminal record, affect employment, travel visas, or professional licensing. Be upgraded to felonies if repeated. Say misdemeanor, no, if it's repeated, it can upgrade to felony. It's Abronye bail in there. Nana Adrian say when you bail, case no court, no sakot na Facebook, no making similar comment, no police turn and suffer now. He goes straight under felony, and Abronye can spend 20 years in jail. Kwasiafo, mwe Jimmy NMP before that damo. You don't read, you don't know the laws. And a Jimmy for ma, and you tell and you power. Umbra power na wako jail, no wu. Yeah. There be a catch them MPP for Ghana ni obesore so okoto abama MPP no we Jimmy. Ghana ni and the friend was or your MPP no we Jimmy for. The party lacks direction. Omo mudi manim no nim sem we Jimmy. There be a mekasa asem me a member of the NPP. The only difference between me and them is say I am smart, I am intelligent. I don't follow foolishness. Anything I make try say me good party no now you take party for free and for the because you this group of termites are not intelligent. You can't protect yourself on your own land. Into majority of you guys who go to jail. Boy, this boy, if I decide to take him to court to tell him to prove, say or catch the IGP say IGP ye Jumama a political party. That is why he's doing this to Abronye. That's what to prove ya. This boy can go to jail. This boy, Kwasiawe. He can go to jail. Easy. Oba go dem.
And your this youth organizer. And now when you and this youth organizer where I do. And to open your we live to see.
He's threatening the IGP. You live to see. Ochina, you're picking. Niaka say, instead of can I say IGP, we live to see. No, what do you mean by that? Troll statement. Neko preview quarter. Because say, hey, ya chekwasia, ya ntiasie, mube demache. Wait, obetima dem, a citizen can take this guy to court because the IGP works for the Ghanaian citizen. Enti, saoka samfa eye IGP hona Ghana ni bi hun say entwasum because at the end of the day, no IGP no. He's working, he's representing us. But me no until once as a citizen because or the to me as IGP mu and ordinary Rashid mu. What are you going to say? Can you basically come say because Obika say na achim for no I don't know to me court. Say Kufu I don't know see law. Gabi Ocheda kono so Osuan law. Achimfo no so all the legal brains or Ghana no munim nyansa no. Why haven't they taken Mahama to court? Who ohia ni ba wo fi no. Wona wo begina court ni ma kan kwasem. You go to jail. Mwe Jimmy, we cannot change you people. Why say moi? You are threatening the IGP. You threatening the IGP. So channel pa IGP me be pick your way. Catch say you threaten me in your statement because hey IGP or Tata will be. You people need to understand Emrana Mutimu or Ghana no. You people need to understand. Sa Emrana Mutimu or Ghana no. Sa Emrana Mosha ase no because mo jiminti mo bedem bebrebe dem ana metumi hu obi odi MPP echi. Ose yeba power. Yeba power. 20 years cry yeba power. Now 20 years now when. Last bit is Elizabeth Ohene. Mami beifo no. I changing or whatever you did to the CJ Tokonu. We are all here. We will witness and I'm so what this saying. You are going to witness or leave us. One more years. We are okay with it. You Elizabeth Ohene, watch us 7 years. What are you waiting to see? We will live to see. You and who? Elizabeth Ohene, who don't so cry my ye. Who any? Also, say, what they have done to CJ, we are all here. We will witness. You and who will witness? You will die. You are old. Natural order. You will die soon. Let us, the young ones, we are okay with it. What is your problem? Huh? Ube biago. Ube wu. I am natural. Me, I'm not scared to die. Me not scared to die today or tomorrow. I'm not scared. But who Elizabeth Ohinika saying, yeah, you CJ, we will all live to regret. When are you going to live? You don't have more than 10 years to live. There are more young people. We need to preserve their life and preserve this nation. Into Omonona, I also makasa asemo. Wo ubewu. Oba apostle Johnson ground to me. You say, me wo. Now wo bekache say will inkwasiade amoye na Ghana ha. Who Elizabeth Ohene? Near to Krom ha. And as Sam Jonah and the Kufuor bekache Ghana for say, what is going on is bad. Our country is sinking. Why when you move theme bekache say, who did Sam Jonah attempt? We will live to see what. If we have been able to live through Ekufuor's administration with witches and greedy bastards like you, guiding Ekufuor to destroy this nation, what haven't we seen? What is worse than living under Ekufuor's regime? Anamo bodamohu. Anamo ajini nenye juma. Baby, I am re. We will live to see in the future. You and whose future? Moya dima tema na moho baba mohu. Jimina modetete Ghana ho. Jimina modetete Ghana ho. Elizabeth Ohene, and then the CJ who has been changed yet to Kromaha, a young lady who could have led the EC for years. Today recognized around the world, Charlotte say, the statement to the same 146 article. And the other question say we will see a regret in the future. We want to regret after you are dead. We don't want you to be part of our turbulence and problems. Because you are the people who created this foolishness in the first place. Now would you say any race muana? And I'm going to say, yes, Robi or Ghana, this entitlement to people feel. Crazy, dirty people. Self-entitlement. You feel so much. Obi to say, Sofa Yokufu, or just or Kasa, this will be a Kasa. Why? Why? Who the hell is Sofa Yokufu? Who is she? You are a former CJ. So, what? How long do you have to live on this planet? And see, we the young ones cannot speak for ourselves and protect what we think we can protect for years to come. And you dying old bird, dying old horses, you want to decide for us. Monya ntamna mu ne ehu de ebeye na we ni nya clear. Ne amfa young ones mbra na mokra mo distract nipa. Monya na mu free asase no so. Obi di say osafma da ho ne nanam ha den. 1932 ne wo uji space was asase so den. Osafumafo onekufo de baye otumi koji loan was saloon. Osafumafo na no 7 okoji loan was saloon. Osafumafo otena Ghana ha ebe finance minister the course ye nyina ye hu ye osafo maafo owen enye mo classmate na osafo maafo Messias, give me Elizabeth Ohine's picture. Kwasiafo. Messias. Give me Elizabeth. And then Friday. I'm not under any pressure to go fast. Mami Elizabeth Ohine picture na me fanchira Ghana for. Matna Ghana na ma hijack chrono. Your biggest problem was that when I appeared with my team and we started exposing you ignorant wannabes in Ghana. That is the hatred towards me and my team. That is your problem. The hatred you people have for me is because I was able to break that jinx, that thing that was covering you guys, making you people look intelligent and honest people. I was able to break it. That is the pain in your hearts. That is what hurts you people. That is why you people hate me. Because that thing that you people clothe yourself with, that hypocrisy, that entitlement, that kind of corruption you covered with, we are this, we are from here, our name sounds like this. That thing that I came to break, and then Kelvin doesn't respect. My bodam. Namo Tigana for council. Din kwasia samsa. Obian to challenge Obia. And yet group acronym and a group me feel so entitled. So for Kufu, Okasa, the Oyano. Okasa. I say, a binitala, and you know, and you see, and what does it say? Hey, oh, bodam, 2025, Keko cry kuno. Now, who betrabe can quasam? Huh? And you know, and we don't understand a council of state member. Una ukoka say Imrani mfanye juma. What's our whole to abetna ebe and you know and Ghana and we don't understand and nena and opaya koda ya ohuri to the destined powder boy edimni ada because of you. Mo baby kekamo. Elizabeth Ohini ni 1945 ni awono 1945. Sike biya o Ghana biya wedibi. Aban biya MPP dia ba biya otim. We're defending every nonsense. She used to be a journalist. We're defending every nonsense. Now, what baby, what do you? How much a tray? What is also some consumer? Son, what could you so crabim? Catch say, Tokonu, I idea na constitution in a dear. We live to see. You and who are going to live to see that? You and who? 1945. You are people who are supposed to reason. You people feel so entitled. Nobody should speak about Tekufuado and MPP. And now this is of Ekufu Kasa. I say binitala, you know, we don't understand. And I tell hey, baby for to see. Well, more, I'm gonna say Ghana no. Into the problem with me, the problem they have with me, is simple. It is because this generation, we have been able to enlighten the generation well. We have been able to educate the generation well. We have been able to open their eyes. Now, they don't see some people as unique human beings in Ghana. They don't see some people as the wholesale of wisdom. They don't see some people as uniquely talented or uniquely gifted with some exceptional political intelligence. Now, the ordinary Ghanaian wants you to speak intelligence for them to research, understand that you are speaking the truth. That is the problem they have with me. Why do you keep doing this? Why have you exposed the Kufuado? Why have you exposed the MPP? Why have you exposed the tribal bigotry in the system? Why have you made every Ghanaian become ordinary? And that is what we have been fighting for years. We wanted every Ghanaian to look ordinary so that we can all think ordinary and make decisions that affect the ordinary Ghanaian positively. When I started exposing the rot and that cloud that they created around themselves, they started hating me. Boy, way more dear. 1945, 2025, you know, 13 years. Say we will live because Tokonu, the constitution has made sure a constitution that didn't Juma. I'll say one tiasie. They are nobody. I'm telling you, people. Apo. They say, Nancy Mutina TV one on set TV nyamu febium. When these people are speaking and you are listening, Utubusa say, hey, how did I fall for this? Yeah, because now you're breaking jinx. We have broken that. They don't make sense anymore. Obian di omatem, we are checking them. The reality check no to mean pass the test. No, they cannot pass that test because we are making the young people check them. Who is Sofia Kufu? She's a former judge, so she did not write the constitution. She's not intelligent than me. No. And why should Sofia Kufu's statement decide Ghana's future? We all are supposed to think and make decisions. Decisions that will help every single Ghanaian. So Elizabeth Ohene, Sofia Kufu, and the likes, they are not intelligent than anybody. We are all ordinary Ghanaians who are supposed to think, understand, ask questions and demand reasonable answers, and then at the end of the day, build this nation. And some people who feel say, omuye exceptional no ya be break his idea nti eye omuya enitina and omunyina tina TV so the young people today are insulting me. I'm not a young man. No, me, I don't see myself as youth. No, I can be president of Ghana at my age. Ebusu bi man kan be ebusu apanyini. I am a husband like your husband, and I'm a dad like you, your husband. I am a family man like yourself. Age is just a number. It is the intelligence here that proves to say you are worth the addressing they are addressing you or not. So you people should not hide behind age and fool yourself in Ghana. No, we are not going to allow that. 1960, 70, 80, 1999, and I'm more decided in power Ghana. Obian this and disrespect you, Obia. It is the Awobeka, the Awobeye, one cast of credibility no record, and the betch send and Kwarabe too. There are so many people in Ghana, when I sit here and address them, I give them all the respect because they have conducted themselves well. They have conducted themselves well. Now, I don't would you want some about you to show the same respect because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Now, young Queen, and a Friday, you it's a Siamunya Matias. Mamu Makwasie bin da. Say, yachi Abronye. Na Abronye nyansa be na woni tim akwawe. Akwawe nyansa be na woni tim. We Jimmy nyansa be na woni tim. Jimmy for Abronye. We Jimmy nyansa be pa na woni tim. Why na beti Abronye as a regional chairman and say, "Yes, I want to be part of this party." We Jimmy. So why should anybody be worried and say, "Yachi Jimmy for?" Inti, and then I'm on Ghana no. The whole thing is like, oh, Kelvin Taylor here. Na Kelvin Taylor here no one kuma. Unum say, oh yeah, becho. Ya becho. Mwe Jimmy, my say ntwamwa. My say toilet mumwa. You cannot think for yourselves. Obika bibia na munyina mu die chire. Me ka chire mu in 2024 say me gu party in 2028. And I will be your president as a political party. You see, today, I control the narrative. I am your manifesto. Me catch him say, I will be the firewall for John Mahama. And me to Mama John Mahama really Ghana peacefully. 4 years. So, person you become a better debia canon. Yes. And today, you are looking at me, and John Mahama is working. He is working for the people. As I speak today, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama,